Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. This is Professor CA Karthik Iyer from Iyer Professional Academy, Mumbai. Today I'm going to tell you in relation to the CA course. So if you are wondering, after 12th, sir, what should I do? Which course should I take? What should I do in terms of my career path? So today I'm going to give you the knowledge in relation to the CA course. This will give you a very good idea in relation to each step in the CA course, how long the course is, what is the cost of doing such a course, how much will you earn after the course is over, what all exams are there, what is the passing marks in the exam. So everything I'll provide in this session. Okay, so let's see this. First step to become a CA, after your 12th standard exam, you have to give the CA foundation exam. Okay, so the CA course basically has 3 levels: CA foundation, CA inter, and the CA final. Okay, now the CA foundation exam you have to give after your 12th standard exam is over. Now the CA exams in India are conducted 2 times in a year, that is in the month of May and in the month of November. So let's see that. CA foundation exam is held in the month of May and November. In the year of appearing for the 12th standard exam, the student can appear in the November exam only, as the results of 12th standard exam will be declared after the May exam. May exam, that is the CA foundation May exam. So what happens is basically the students who are appearing for a 12th standard exam, they are appearing somewhere in the month of March and April. Okay, and the result comes in the month of June, July. So if the result is coming after June, July, it is of course coming after the month of May. So the May exam is already gone. Okay, so the May CA exam is already gone. So in that particular year, if the student wants to appear for the CA foundation exam, they have to compulsorily appear in the November exam. Okay, so the earliest exam, that is the November exam, they can give. I'll just give you a small example. The student who has given the 12th standard exam, let's say in the year 2021. Okay, so the results will be declared after the 12th standard exams are over, and therefore the student can only appear in the November 2021 CA foundation exam. Okay, so that becomes a criteria. Now the 3 levels in CA, what are these? After clearing the CA foundation exam, the student will have to appear in the CA inter exam in a year. So in a year's time. Again, we'll take an example. Let's say you're clearing your CA foundation exam in the month of November 2021. So it means that you will be eligible to give the CA intermediate exam or the CA inter exam in November 2022. Okay, so that is after a year. Next is after clearing the CA inter exam, student will have to appear in the CA final exam in 3 years. So you will be eligible to give the CA final exam after 3 years of clearing the CA intermediate examination. So that is the course that goes on for the student. Now, if you just want a diagrammatic presentation in relation to this, so this will really help you. Let's see this. See, this is the year of preparation for the HSC. What you can see in the bottom left corner. If you see the top right corner, you have the CA final exam. Okay, now let's see the journey. Your HSC preparation you are doing, you will be giving the exam somewhere around the month of March or April. So that is basically this year. And then after that, the result of HSC will come in the month of July. So I'm just writing HSC July, that is HSC result. Whenever you see this symbol, it means the result date. Okay, so that is going to come in the month of July. You are going to give the CA foundation exam in November. So you can give the CA foundation exam in the November, in the same year in which you gave your 12th standard examination. So this means that this becomes the year in which you give the 12th standard examination, and in the same year you can attempt the CA foundation exam. Now for the next year part, you can see here that now this becomes the next year, which I'm showing you in green. So this becomes the next year. Okay. So next year means that it will, your CA foundation result will then come in the month of January. You give the exam in November. So the result will come in the month of January. Okay. And after that, your CA intermediate preparation will start. And that intermediate preparation will keep on going, and you will be attempting your CA intermediate exam in the November of that year. That year means the year in which you basically cleared the CA foundation exam. Okay, so if you are clearing the CA foundation exam in January, you will be giving it in November. Okay, now if you clear the intermediate exam, after that, that is after the result, you have to do something called as 3 years articleship period. Now, what do you understand by this 3 years articleship or internship period? It means that you will be required to work under a chartered accountant. That chartered accountant will train you. That chartered accountant will help you in relation to all the technicalities of your studies. That person will help you in relation to understanding different concepts regarding the CA course. If you join a CA firm, it really helps you to get proper practical exposure. So CA course becomes a very nice combination of theory plus practical. Theory when you study for the examination, practical when you actually work with a CA, you learn how the market functions, how the industry functions regarding all these areas. So that is for 3 years. So you can see here that the CA course gives good focus on theory as well as practical. So it means that this becomes your first year, this becomes your second year, and these are 3 years. So this becomes year 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, also, I'll just like to tell you a point that see, you're giving the exam in the first year almost at the end. That is the November exam. Okay. So you can say that the CA course is around of 4.5 years. Okay. This is the third year, fourth year, fifth year, which is going in the articleship. Now, fifth year, suppose for example, let's divide this as this is the third year. So this becomes the third year. This becomes the fourth year, and this becomes the fifth year. Now this CA final exam in the month of November, CA final exam in the month of November becomes your last task to be fulfilled. So if you clear this, you will be called as a chartered accountant. Okay, now let's look at the passing grade for each level and let's understand this part. Okay, for the CA foundation exam, no, look at the second box. They have written minimum 40% marks in each subject. Now there are 4 papers in CA foundation, each of 100 marks. So 100 marks, 100 marks, 100 marks, 100 marks. Okay. Now in each paper, you have to score minimum 40% marks. Okay. In each of the papers. So it means that in paper 1, out of 100 marks, you should score minimum 40. In paper 2 also, you should score 40. Paper 3 also minimum 40. Paper 4 also minimum 40 you need to score. Now look at the box at the top. See what they have given. The minimum 50% marks overall. That is 200 marks out of 400 marks. What does this mean now? Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. If you score 40, 40, 40, 40, will you clear the CA foundation exam? The answer is no. Because the overall marks of all the 4 papers combined should be minimum 200 marks out of 400. That is 50%. Let's say your score is 60, 40, 60, 40. Have you cleared the CA foundation exam? The answer is yes, because in each paper you have scored 40 marks or more. And the total of all your marks, is it 50% or more? Answer is yes. You have scored exactly 200 marks out of 400 marks. Okay, so that is the passing criteria for the CA foundation part. Now for CA Inter also it is similar, but just that instead of 4 papers, there are 8 papers. So let's see the bottom box now. Let's see this. Minimum 40% marks in each subject, that is 40 marks out of 100 marks. So in each paper you have to score minimum 40 marks out of 100 marks, and minimum 50% marks, that is 400 marks out of 800 marks. Because there are 8 papers, the total becomes 800. So you have to score minimum 400 marks out of 800 marks. Plus you have to ensure that in every paper you are scoring minimum 40 marks out of 100 marks. Okay, so that is in relation to CA Inter. And what is there in CA Inter? The same rule applies for CA Final. So here also you can see minimum 40% marks in each subject, and then you can see minimum 50 marks overall. So the same concept applies there also. Okay. Let's talk about articleship. Now, articleship is a place where you get to learn a lot. You get to understand how the CA fraternity works. You are basically working side by side with chartered accountants, and you can see what kind of life they are living and how they are also working, what kind of knowledge they have, how they are dealing with the client. So there are a lot of learning areas during the articleship period. It is, in my opinion, one of the most amazing parts of the CA course, because you actually get practical experience. Many a times, as students, we always say that we always do theory, we always do rattabaji. Rattabaji means just remember the points and, just write it in the exam. There is practically, we don't understand, we don't learn. So that is not there in the CA course. In the CA course, you learn theory also, and plus you learn practical also. So that is a big advantage. So let's see articleship. After clearing the CA Inter exam, that is the second level, students have to complete their 3 years articleship before appearing for the CA final exam. Okay. Now, sir, where will I be placed? What kind of job will I do after clearing the CA exam? What kind of job opportunities I will have? So let's see that. CAs are appointed mainly in the finance sector in the industry. Okay, CAs are considered to be expert in the finance field because in your CA preparation also there are many papers which are in relation to finance. You have something called as financial reporting, that is basically accounts that you study. You have something called as strategic financial management at the CA final level, financial management paper at the intermediate level. You also learn in relation to economics. So there are a lot of papers which are very closely connected to finance. Also, you learn about costing. For example, if I'm writing with this electronic pen, then for what cost this pen was made for. So you also learn that subject as well. So that is in relation to that is one part in relation to the finance sector in the industry. Next, many CAs are also appointed as the finance director or the chief financial officer of their organizations. Okay, that is the CFO. CAs can also start their own practice where you can start your own CA firm where they can help their clients in the matter pertaining to audit, taxation, risk management. You can also help your clients in relation to risk management and other financial related services. So all these areas, all these work, the CAs assist their clients in. Okay. This is in relation to the job opportunities. And other than this also, there are many job opportunities that get created because you are having such a big degree. So automatically many doors open for you because you are a very good qualified person right now. What is the cost to complete the CA course? Now the cost is somewhere around 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Now, how did I come to this estimation? And it can definitely vary from city to city or from state to state in India. So how is this cost arrived at? First, I have divided the cost into three parts. Registration, you have your classes, coaching centers, and plus you have your ICAI, that is basically Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which basically conducts all the exams. It is a body that conducts everything in relation to the CA examination. It issues something called as a module, that is the main study material for the CA students. It issues something called a revision test papers, mock test papers, so that the students can get better practice. Even before the exam, you have to register with ICAI, that is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Now the cost has been divided between these three bodies, and this is for CA Foundation, you have for CA Inter, and for CA Final. CA Final. Now, when you're registering for CA Foundation, you will have to do your main registration. That is, you have to tell ICAI that, see, I am registering for the CA course. So you have to register with ICAI here. And you have to also register for the CA Foundation examination, that you are going to give that examination. Plus, you will have the classes cost that you have to take so that you are able to prepare in a much better manner. Joining the classes is not necessary. There are many students who, of course, don't join classes and still become CS. There are students who need the support of classes because they get proper notes, expert faculties teach them, they get conceptual clarity. So there are, pros and cons of both. Of course, if you can afford it, classes can easily help you to reach the higher goal of becoming a CA. So that is in the classes cost for CA Foundation. CA intermediate exam, again, you have to register for it. Then you will have your classes, and then again, you will not have any other extra ICAI cost here because you have already registered for the CA examination. Of course, the exam registration fees that you have to pay, this and this, will have to be paid to ICAI only in one way. But when I say ICAI, it means to register for the CA course. I mean by that thing. Again, for CA final, you have to pay for the examination fees and then your classes fees. When I add all this cost up, it comes to around 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Okay. Of course, as I said, it can vary from city to city and from where you're located. If you're taking live lectures, that is physical face-to-face lectures, or if you're taking pen drive or online lecture mode, then that is a different story. Then the cost can vary as per that. Okay. However, I will have to also tell you one thing, that see, you have to understand that after the CA Inter exam is over, you give the CA Foundation exam, and after 1 year, you will give the CA Intermediate exam. Then in this gap, the line which I'm making here, the red line, remember you're doing your 3 years articleship. So when you're doing your articleship, the CA firm will also pay you, the CA under whom you are working, he will also pay you something called as stipend. Stipend is not exactly salary. It is basically the money that you will get for, doing your internship. Okay. So you will get paid during that time also. So actually this cost is the gross cost. But however, because you're going to earn stipend also, you can understand that the cost burden will reduce, because some of the cost can also be paid using your stipend. Okay, so basically the burden on your parents and your family members becomes little less. Okay, so that is one very big advantage of the CA course. It runs on the earn and learn model. So you earn side by side, and then you can learn side by side also and become a CA. Okay. Now, this is one question that many students, their parents also ask me whenever they come to meet me in office. They ask me, "मेरा बच्चा CA कर सकता है क्या?" The students come and ask me, "Sir, मुझे CA करना चाहिए आपके हिसाब से." So there are 4 qualities which I have seen that is required in a student to become a CA. First is time management. Now, when I say time management, I mean what? The students who do their college studies along with their classes studies, or after clearing the intermediate exam, they have to manage their classes studies along with their articleship. They need very good time management skills. If they have very good time management skills, then they will be able to apportion the time. They'll be able to say that, okay, I have 3 hours classes in the morning, then I have to go for my articleship for around 8 to 10 hours. Then I have to come back home, I have to study for 1 hour, then I have to go back to sleep. I have to again get up in the morning, classes, articleship, studying for some time. So you need to have very good time management skills. If you're just leaving it, that I'll study just before the exam. This is not that kind of an exam. Okay, if you just study, let's say 1 week before the exam, like how many students treat the college level exams like that. Okay, that just exam ke pehle kar lenge fatafat. That is not possible if you're doing the CA course. So you have to have very good planning and preparation. And for that, one thing is very important, and that is time management. Second is hard work. See, I have also spent late nights studying, and I'm very sure that if you speak to any CA student, the CA student will definitely say that, see, you have to put in the hard work. You have to study for more number of hours. Okay. Generally, students ask me, sir, on an average, for the CA final level, the last level, how many hours the student has to study in the last, 3 to 4 months? Then my answer is the student has to study minimum around 12 to 15 hours in a day. That many hours the student will have to give to become a CA. I'm talking about the last part, just before the CA final examination. So you can imagine that in the 24 hours of your day that you have, let's say 7 hours you're sleeping, and in the balance number of hours, more than around 80% of the time you should be studying. Only then you will have a very good chance of becoming a CA. Okay, so hard work is a very important criteria. Third is analytical thinking. Now, analytical thinking means what? In the CA course, you are dealing with numbers. You are dealing with questions that require you to do a lot of analysis. So if you have a good analytical thinking capability, analytical mind, you are easily able to tackle such things. However, a student who does not have analytical thinking can also become a CA, but the student needs to be good at the other subject in which analytical thinking is not required to that level. So, but one criteria according to me, because you are dealing with finance, you need to have good analytical thinking capability. And the last one, I consider this as the most important, and that is self-motivation. The students have to, they'll be, you as a student, when you're doing the CA course, you will definitely come across a situation where you're dealing with yourself. You're asking yourself, ye mere se ho payega kya? Will I be able to study this much? I have to complete this much in this much time. Will I be able to do it? Sometimes you have to just self-motivate yourself. And at that time, see, your family members, your friends, all this can help only to some extent, but it should come from within. So you should have a very good, self-motivation factor. You should tell yourself, karte yaar achhe se, chalo mehnat karte hain, ho jayega achhe se. Let me just work hard. Let me just, get over this part. Let me just ensure that I study this part of the portion by so much time. When you are able to self-motivate yourself, it is much more easier for you to become a CA. So if you ask me the 4 qualities, these are the 4 qualities that I can, tell you. Now, what is my own experience? Okay. I feel it is one of the most challenging exams to prepare for, definitely. And one of the most satisfactory feeling for a student after clearing the CA exam. See, it is always like that, no? When you are doing a lot of effort, and at the end, when you see the fruit of it, the day you become CA, it is one of the most beautiful moments of your life. Because that is something that nobody can steal from you. It is something that was not given to you at birth. It is something that you have earned by yourself. खुद के मेहनत से अपन ने वो किया हुआ है. So that is one thing that will always stay with you, and it will keep motivating you in life. Whenever ahead in life, after becoming a CA, whenever you see a tough situation, you can easily tell yourself that, see, I cleared the CA course, so I have that much power within me to deal with this situation also. That kind of confidence I've seen that many students get, and even I've also got in my personal life. So that is why I feel that it is one of the most challenging exams to prepare for, but it is one of the most satisfactory feelings for any student who has cleared the CA exam. And rightfully, I call the CA exam as, or the CA course, as the Mount Everest of the commerce field. So if you are becoming the CA, you have to realize that when you took the commerce field, you have reached the top of the commerce field here. Okay. Now, this is me just sharing my own experience and telling you about the CA course. It is a wonderful course to join. It is a wonderful course to accomplish in life. It is something that you will remember as that you had taken up a challenge and you had conquered it. Okay. I wish you all the very best. It is your career. Take the right decision. Bye. Take care.